Who am I talking with?
So Tom Boyle here, one of the co-founders of TrustBooks.
And TrustBooks. What does TrustBooks do?
Yeah, so TrustBooks, we're helping attorneys easily manage their trust account while staying in compliance with their state bar.
When did this all start?
Yeah, so started, really the conception was my conception, where I'm a CPA and had a CPA practice, was working almost exclusively with law firms. And one of the very first questions you get when you go in to pitch your service to a law firm and you're an accountant is to say, do you know trust accounting? So I had to come back with a real strong absolutely, which led to learning about trust accounting, becoming an expert like that, right? And I was using the products that exist that most small law firms use, QuickBooks, Excel. I was actually using both to try and get a complete picture for the trust account. And just thought, there's got to be something better. This is a pain point. These products aren't built for trust accounting, and so that was the start. That was the conception of TrustBooks.
Right. So when was that?
That was so that start was about 2012. TrustBooks got discussed and brainstormed with my co-founder Chad Todd, and it wasn't until about 2014. That we said, yep, we're doing this. We're going to be TrustBooks.
What were the roles as co-founders? What was Chad's role? What's your role? Type of thing.
Good question. So I'm the CPA. I'm the nerd accountant of the group.
How long have you been an accountant?
So since 2004 did grad school. 2004, 2005 did Big Four accounting. So 2005 passed the CPA exam. So. About 10 years before doing TrustBooks. And
what's Chad's background?
Chad's technology. He's got another company that does IT training. So of the two of us, he's the technology, but more importantly...
That wasn't hard to guess.
More importantly, though, Chad hates accounting. So Chad hates accounting. So we complement each other just really well.
How did you guys meet?
We met on a different business, so we're very entrepreneurial.
Okay.
Both of us, we've got other businesses, and so we're both in the restaurant world, working on our businesses, working together, and that's how, that was about 2012. We got to know each other, sparked up a friendship. We're the nerds that talk late at night about what's a business idea. That's our hobby. And so, it was just kind of natural that we ended up working together.
That's cool. So you get this up and you get going. How does the world find out about TrustBooks?
Yeah, that's a good question, and that's one that we're still trying to figure out.
As we all are.
Yeah, so we're trying to be the market leaders. We're the pretty much the only ones in our space doing trust accounting software, and it's not the most glamorous. We totally get that, but it's also one of these very major pain points for lawyers. It's one of the most common ways that a lawyer can get disbarred, and so they've got to have help, they've got to have resources, and that's where we want to come into the equation, in the picture. We want to be there as a guide. Yes, we're selling TrustBooks, but we also want to be just that resource. So how can we help attorneys better educate them around the trust rules? How can we put on webinars? How can we put on CLEs? And so that's our real big touch of getting out there. And of course, we're here at Clio Conference. We like integration. So one of our big steps is we've integrated with Clio, we integrate with LawPay, so we kind of tack on to these market leaders in their space to help improve that trust accounting experience.
How long have you had an association with Clio?
So Clio, through TrustBooks, it's been 2 years. Prior to that, though, not many people know this. As Boyle CPA in 2010, I was on the Clio website as a preferred...
As your accounting firm.
So it's just random, right? That you live in this space for so long, and all the intertwines that happen. And then with LawPay, the same, about 2 years that we've had this integration.
How did you get on Clio's website as Boyle CPA?
so
that don't seem any CPAs listed now.
The only one. And there was only about 4 companies listed on this preferred partners page. And it was, it just was happenstance. I think it was a little bit of maybe my hustle with trying to get out and network. And Jack was a road warrior at the time. and I met him a couple times at North Carolina Bar Association functions, and just from that, talking and asking the right questions and having the right dialogue, and Clio was very responsive. You know, they've always been just willing to help out, and that's been a huge help.
How I mean, I talked to Jack a little bit about this today. How important is it to a lot of legal tech entrepreneurs out here that Clio exists?
Oh, it's a foundation, and they're the driving force. They're the ones that are these leaders, and they've bestowed a tremendous amount of responsibility on themselves. And I think it's a great for the industry to just be out in front and be thought leaders and help drive the ship. So I think it's a tremendous driving force, and it gives a lot of encouragement to the legal tech entrepreneurs, like myself, to just see, what success looks like. And so it's incredibly motivating.
Hey, very accessible. I mean, you can walk the hallways here and shoot the shit with Jack.
Absolutely.
Over beers last night.
Yep.
Happy to talk with you. And
and the whole team's like that.
The whole team is, but knowing Jack and those guys, they were probably happy that Boyle CPA was willing to lend his name to Clio. I mean, really, they're like, you're going to help us out, and you're going to help out some of these lawyers.
Maybe there was a mutual,
It's kind of the philosophy that's all been built on. Was there ever a time, where you got this company going and you're going, are we going to make it or not?
Yeah, so we're bootstrapped.
Yep.
And being bootstrapped, and there's always this give and take of, I'm impatient, and being bootstrapped and being impatient, you've got to have self-discipline to just, stay the course and go through the right steps and the right timeline.
You know any entrepreneurs that are really patient? Pretty wired people.
Pretty wired and pretty driven, and they want the end to happen today. So that's been the struggle, but with each new feature that we've added, and it's really been our user base and the feedback we get, it's the unprompted testimonials that we get that, as impatient as I am, and I see it could do this better, it could do that better, but user feedback is just through the roof on, how responsive and welcoming, and they love it. And we're accounting software. You don't typically get that in accounting software. So
somebody give you a hug?
Yeah, but we get it. I mean, we get...
is that the most rewarding part of it?
It is. And Chad and I, we both have very customer-focused mindsets. It's just who we are. And so getting that feedback from the user is more rewarding than getting an extra $5 in the bank account. We would rather hear somebody say, you guys are awesome. Where were you 5 years ago? This is amazing.
What's it like to have your own business, your own show? I mean, even when you move from the huge accounting and you're an accounting firm, but it's a service industry that you're helping the people with businesses. What's it like to have, now you're out there with those clients we're going through?
It's there are good days, there are tough days. There's this feeling that you're always on, which you are, and some people love that. Some people, it can be anxiety filled. For me, I love the ability to shape something. I love the ability to know that I've got a voice and I can, plug into that creative side and see something come to life. And that's what we've got with TrustBooks, and it's very rewarding to see. This was an idea. Chad and I brainstormed on it. Then we took it and we whiteboarded it out. Then we found a developer. It just the progress, and now to see people using it and to be here at Clio Conference, that is a very rewarding aspect for me.
Yeah, when you talk about always on, you're right, because you're always on. I don't mean on in the way that you're trying to show the product, but you got your cell phone in your pocket. Somebody can call with a question.
Yep.
You get the emails and you're looking at it. It's a customer's name. Are they happy or are they going to be sad? In a minute, you're going to be on.
10 minutes ago, I was sitting down and I was customer support, and that's just kind of the all-in mentality that somebody's out there struggling, and you just jump in. You just you can't say somebody's having a pain point. You jump in, and that's just what you do.
I laugh because I don't think I've ever heard it always on, because you are always on.
Yep.
And it doesn't have to be, you can get stressed at times because you'd like to turn off the lights once in a while and
Sure.
just go away for a week.
Sure.
But it doesn't necessarily happen.
And it's, today's world, we're so mobile, we're so, you can access anything anywhere, so that helps. But yes, still always got to be plugged in.
But your edge is to be customer centric, to be there for them, to be responsive. That's what gives you that. If you were in a larger company, they may not respond like that, but you will.
Larger company, I would go on vacation, I would put a away message up in my inbox. I haven't put an away message up in my inbox in 2 years.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. So.
Hey, thanks, Tom.
Kevin, thank you.